Hello and welcome to Who Are You, the show where we get the opposition perspective ahead of the upcoming fixture. My name is Charlie, and as per usual, we're going to start with one very, very simple question, and that is, who are you?
I'm Ben. I'm a Huddersfield Town fan. I own the YouTube channel TerriersTV. Huddersfield Town's main vlogger, most subscribers, and I also have Twitter, which is at TerriersTV_YT.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to start with a very, very simple question. You're 3 games into the Premier League season, you're unbeaten, and you've still got 3 clean sheets. What's the secret?
Not close. We usually have an absolutely awful defence. It's always when we get down to the last 10 minutes, and I feel like we're going to concede here. But Lursel's really surprised me, to be honest. Pre-season, he looked a bit shaky. But you could tell the difference between him and Danny Ward from last season because he commands his area really, really well. But I think a lot of the way that Town play, it's easy to break up the attacks really. Like, cause a lot of the attacks in the Championship, there was very all pressure on midfield pushing up. Whereas when we've played against like Southampton, Newcastle, they only had 2 players running forward, and then the midfields are really sat quite far back. So I think it's not as much pressure in defence, but obviously time will tell. Well, there'll be another there'll be a lot of pressure from certain teams, whereas we haven't been a lot of pressure from the other teams. Whereas I think I'm not sure what the secret is really, but we've just been playing well.
You touched on it very briefly there. There's obviously a lot of connections between Klopp and David Wagner. What kind of style of football can we expect to see from Huddersfield on Monday night?
Well, it's German 10 gegenpressing, where basically we play wide and expansive football, and we use emphasis on our two wing backs, which are full backs, which are Smith and Lover, and they push up the field more and overlap a lot. So basically, if West Ham catches on the counter attack and they do it well, we're knackered. But we usually don't get caught out. Schindler and Zanka are very good at covering, and we also obviously have Moy and Billing who obviously do a lot of work in the middle. And Moy tends to drift out wide a bit and then cut in when we're attacking. But we're a very high pressing team.
You've mentioned a few names there who I think I'll be very open and say before last season I basically had heard of virtually none of Huddersfield's players. I tend not to keep up with the Championship too much, and there's a lot of unknown quantities in that team to most Premier League fans. Which players in particular should we be looking out for?
Well, I think Moy definitely. Obviously, he's going to be our star man this season. Steve Mounier, we signed from Montpellier, our record signing.
Hmm.
He is absolutely brilliant in the air. And I would say Tom Ince as well. Tom Ince, if we start Palmer, which is pretty unlikely, we'll play Ince from the middle. But I personally think Ince's best position is out wide. So if he's out wide, he'll do well. He presses a lot as well. There's Tom Ince.
You've mentioned it slightly, but what are your weaknesses as a team? You spoke about the fullbacks. Is there anything else like that in which West Ham should be looking to exploit to try and score the first Premier League goal against Huddersfield?
I think really what West Ham are looking to exploit is, well, obviously we've got high pressing wing backs, but it's just that one ball that could kill us. I mean, if Moyes caught too far up in the attack and then you break, and then there's only Billings, Anchor, and Schindler, and I could imagine that West Ham will obviously counter that, and then on counter attacks will play quite wide, so it'll exploit our two centre backs, Schindler and Zanka, for obviously Hernandez. Or I've seen that Carroll might be coming back to go through and scoring a pretty much empty net.
Yeah, although whether Carroll comes back or not is never a given. Who knows? Who knows? He might come back, play 5 minutes, and go off injured again. Who knows? Do you fear West Ham at all? Like, do you fear any of our players in particular? Is there anything you look at West Ham and makes you a bit worried?
Well, reading a lot of stuff on Twitter now, but if you catch Joe out on a good day, he's absolutely brilliant. He's not been at his best at the start of this season, and Hernandez worries me a bit because he's quite fast and direct, and he's obviously such a great striker. But I've seen quite a few injuries really with Lanzini, one of the notable ones who I thought would be if West Ham played same like as 4-2-3-1, he would be really good. But I think if if we win on Monday night, I think it will spell the end for Village.
Final question is quite simply, what do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, Town don't usually play right well in London, but considering how the West Ham are playing now, I'd say 2-1 Town or 1-1, just simply because Village will get West Ham fired up if he doesn't want to lose his job. And obviously, he'll have to call up some inexperienced players. And I think if they get the chance, they'll relish to take that. So it'll be a tough game if Town are focused totally.
Again, thank you so much for doing this. We really do appreciate it. Let everyone know where they can find all of your stuff.
On YouTube, it's just TerriersTV Vlogs. Twitter is at TerriersTV_YT. Then on Facebook, just search TerriersTV and I should come up.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Let us know down in the comments below what you think about it. We're also doing a preview for the game, as we always do. That'll be here. Just click here. That's a lovely preview. Don't know who's on it, but have a gander anyway. You can also click subscribe just here. Get involved. We've got so many videos coming up, including a bunch of stuff from after the Huddersfield game and obviously more going into the season. So make sure to get involved. But once again, thank you very much for watching.